Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about the area chart. And in the area chart, first we'll be looking at the continuous chart. An area chart, which is often known as the continuous area chart in this case, is a data visualization technique that shares similarities between the line chart but adds an element of shading to represent the area between the data line and the reference axis. So basically, it is very similar to the line chart that we have seen when we are working with the continuous line chart. The data line and the reference line here is the thing that is playing a role, and the area would be shown downwards. It's an effective way to visualize the cumulative data or emphasize the magnitude of the values for a continuous range, such as time. In the area chart, data points are plotted along a continuous scale on a horizontal axis, which can be time, and the vertical axis represents the values or measures that you want to visualize. The, the data line connects these points, and the area between the line and the reference axis is shaded. This shading can be represent accumulated values, which makes it easier to see the trends or the variations over the time. During our practical demonstration in Tableau, we will explore how to create these continuous charts to visualize the cumulative data trends effectively. We will also see how to assign the different dimensions and measures, how to customize the labels and add the colors for more clarity, and adjust the shading to emphasize the specific insights. Whether you are visualizing the stock market performance, the population growth, or any data set with continuous data points and cumulative values, continuous area chart can provide a visually engaging way to convey the data trends and patterns. So without wasting time, let's go to the Tableau screen and see how we can create a continuous area chart. Here we are in our Tableau screen and we are working with the global superstore days data. And we know for the date field, I have this order date and shipping date with me. If I go to the show me menu, after these line chart ends, the first one is the area chart, which is a continuous one. Beside it is the area chart, discrete one. To make a continuous area chart, I need one date, zero or more dimensions, and one or more measure. So for the date, I can choose order date and say I want to see the sales which is happening throughout this order dates. So I can click on sales. And this data right now is in the yearly format. So let me convert it to the quarterly format. But I don't want to see this kind of box because right now I'm dealing with the continuous values. So what I'll do is I'll click on this arrow, and over here, instead of discrete values, I'll choose this continuous value. Now it has given me the value in terms of continuous data. You can see all the quarters for every year is showing me individually. Now I can go to the show me menu and choose this continuous area chart. This would show me the trend that is happening throughout. Now you can see that this particular area chart is very similar to the line chart. The only element that is added extra is the shading part, which is coming downwards. So this means this whole area under the curve is covered, or I can say area under the line. Now, if you want to see the multiple data points, what you can do is you can go to the label option and you can turn on this show marks label. So all these labels will be shown. Okay. This is the first one that you can do for the formatting option. If you want to change the color of this particular shaded area, you can go in the color option and you can choose different colors from over here. This was the first way to create an area chart. Now, what if sometimes they say you don't need to use the show me menu? Because the show me menu, what it does is it forces the visualization to show and it arranges the value itself to wherever it belongs. So let's say I want to directly create this area chart now. What can I do better? So let's say if you have made any order date versus the sales chart, this time I am again choosing the continuous value over here. Over here, you can see that it is showing as automatic. So let's try to convert it in the form of area. You can see if you click over here where it says automatic, there is an option of area. You can click on this area. If it is not showing up like that, or if you have any line chart like that, it would definitely show up. So let's click on area. So this is now showing up. Now this is another way of using this line chart to convert into the area chart. You can convert it from here. Sometimes it won't be done that time. You have to force it with the help of show me, or if you are making any other kind of chart, so with the help of mark chart also you can try to convert it into the area chart. Now this is showing a single area and it is showing you the sum of sales. Let's talk about some other measure. Let's say what if the profit was also there. If you take the profit also, now two sections would be shown. Here you are able to see that what is the sales that is happening and what is the profit that I'm getting. And here I can see there are two individual sections. The first one is showing the sales, second is profit. Sometimes you need to overlap these one on the top of each other. And that time, what you can do is you can try to choose any other type of category with suppose these elements where you are trying to compare a single dimension which is having multiple categories inside of it. That time, the area chart can overlap one on the top of each other and it would be a different. Let me show you. So this time I'm trying to choose the order date and the sales only, but I know there are three shipping modes. So let's click on the shipping modes also. and let's try to convert it into the area chart. Now you can see there are four different values which are showing. So all these area are showing for the different shipping modes over here. This particular magenta or pink line is showing the complete area of same day, but it does not mean that it is starting from this point. The bottom part is also covered in that, but since this standard class is occupying that area, that's why it is not overlapping that particular color. So it is a good way to see in a different format. If you are bored of line charts, you can use this kind of charts to visualize different elements. Let's say if you want to change the color, you can go in the colors option, and here you can try to edit the colors. Over here, I have different options of colors. Let me double click on any color and choose a different color. Let's say for this particular portion, I'm choosing green color. I'll click on apply and it will apply this green color. Let's try to make another chart. So this time I'm going with different regions. So say I'm talking about different region wide sales, or since regions are also too many in this case, so you can try to go with any other which is less in number. So if I talk about the market, let me see how many markets are there. Okay, for markets also I have got these six values. So there is no problem in taking multiple values, but the only thing that would be making a difference is that there would be too many areas that would be shown over here. So if you want to apply some different formatting options, for example, let's say right now I have taken this markets and I want to see these markets over here in the areas only. I don't want to see this legend because this legend is occupying too much space. That is also possible. What you need to do is you need to select this market and drag and drop it over here in the labels. Now all the labels would be shown over here in the area. And at that time, you won't be requiring this particular legend to work on. So this is one of the way in which you can clean a visualization. If your visualization is taking a lot of space and the space over here for the legends is or the labels is very small, then you can try to make this legend over here. So this is one of the way in which you can try to increase the visualization space so it would look good. Now you can try to turn on the labels for different options also. For over here, right now I have taken this market option. That's why these are showing in the labels. But I don't want to see the market, so I can even change this one. Let's say you don't want to see the market over here. So I remove this market from the labels and turn on the labels. This time they would be showing me the profit. If there are multiple values, you can even try to go with the minimum and maximum values, and it would be showing you the minimum and maximum value for these markets. The minimum value and the maximum value can differentiate between markets, and it is not showing you for every individual market. So it is only used when you are trying to see the minimum value for each market, which market is giving that minimum value, and the maximum value for any other market or same market. If that same market is making that highest profit or sales, that time it can be used. We have already talked about the colors option over here, and now we'll go to the formatting options. To format this particular visualization, what you can do is, as we are doing with all the other visualizations, you can go in the format option, and first you can go in the shading option. You can click on the worksheet, make the worksheet dark, and remove all the lines from over here so that your visualization looks good. So same thing that we are repeating, we can go in the lines, and over here we can switch off these lines. You can try to switch off every line over here, or you can even show them whichever line you think is important for us. You can even show it. For now I'm switching out these lines, and now it is looking a bit better. Now let's again go to this shading option, and over here I can change the worksheet colors to be white again. And now you can do some additional formatting over here. If at any point of time you think that this access is not required right now, if you turn on all the labels, let's say I'm turning on all the labels, and you don't want this access to be shown, and you want to save up that extra space. So you can right click on that and you can switch off this show header option. And this would switch off the access for you. Now you can see multiple other labels are also showing. If these labels still don't show up or you want to correct them the way they are showing up, so you can go in the labels option again, and here you can change the alignment. In this case, I can change the vertical alignments, and now they would be just above this area. So now they are easily visible. So this was the way in which you can create a continuous area chart. In this continuous area chart, we saw how we are creating the data based on continuous value, that is the order date. If you want to change these values also, you can again click on the plus icon, and this would change the data based on any drill down feature that you're using. If you are trying to go with the quarters, it would switch to the quarters. And as you will try to increase the minimality of this particular graph and you want to see the minute details, you can even switch to the monthly, weekly, or daily section also. But this would be not useful because now this area chart is not looking good. So try to use any visualization which suits according to your need. If you are using the minimal order date over here, this trend might not be useful because the area chart is used to show a visualization in a good format. Like if you are choosing the year, over here, this kind of visualization makes sense and looks good. So we also have to see the aesthetic view of that visualization, and is the visualization able to deliver the message to the audience or not. So this was all for this section, and in the next session we will be talking about the discrete area chart. Thank you.